That would be a good trade, but kind of that 30-minute is still bullish, so I'll have to wait for a new fractal to be formed. If we kind of close right there, just below the high, that would be a C2. I can be trading the C3 and the C4 into the open objective. That's really it for me on gold. And just take that off. So yeah, I'll have to wait until 10:30. NSCs are just pain in the butt. I was really at that time I was like really framing shorts. I was like, I might just see a closure above, then the 10 a.m. We'll take out the 9:30 high, and then we're gonna expand lower, but we never got that. So, yup. There's nothing really on ES on NSCs. Like, probably I can frame shorts off of YM, like off the high. Might see some sort of strength switch to kind of take it back into these failure swings, but other than that, like I just don't see anything that is appealing. Price is just trading higher. Hi bro, what's up man? How you doing? Welcome back. So and I'm also watching oil, so we're having that strength switch, double sage SMT, which is good. And if we inverse that gap for that, if this 30-minute inverses that gap, then yeah, there's nothing really holding price up into that high, because that would be below the 10 a.m. We're trading above the daily open, while on RB we're already traded below the daily open. We have the SMT between the daily open and that low, and then we have a two-stage SMT strength switch, so that would be beautiful to kind of just look for expansion to the high. But I really want to see this gap getting inversed, because this is the last invalidation level. Because before that candle, the profile for the day, if we really use the replay tool back in here, if we're gonna go here, come on, what's wrong? All right, so this is the 8:30. So right here, once we got that change in state, what's that? New York reversal profile. So we want to see 10 a.m. continuation. So since we already have the profile in bearish, and also we have this new validation level, so we need to wait for it to get taken out, to get invalidated before getting short, before taking shorts. Other than that, because if we fail to manipulate that level, because if we're gonna see a change in state off of that fair value gap or a C2 closure, then most likely we're gonna trade back into that level, because this is a failure to manipulate, and we're gonna trade it back into the daily open. That's really it for me on oil. So I'll just wait and see if we can get like a C2 right there, an entry. If this 30-minute fair value gap gets disrespected, I'm gonna trade into the highs. But if it gets respected and we get a C2, then that would be the failure to manipulate that level, and then we can trade back into all these failure swings. Gold, I was trying to take that short. That's a beautiful short, but I just want to wait for that closure. Now, in the next 30 minutes, I just want it to open high first, closure, and I will take it into that level. Same concept. What do we have? We go on a 4-hour. We have a C2 closure. We have that low and that low are open objectives. Go on in 30 minutes. What would that be? If it closes the C2, that would confirm the high of the 10 a.m. candle. And what do we have here? A relevant level, next relevant level. If we get a C2 closure here, then that would mean this is a failure to manipulate that level. Then probably we're going to trade back into here. But if that level gets disrespected, then most likely we're going to just take out the high. So yeah, depending on that 30-minute closure, like kind of same story with CL. I just want to take a candle by candle to then decide if the 4-hour candle wants to go higher or lower. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to take this 3-minute change in state, because already this candle doesn't support expansion, because we had like a fat wick. So ES and like NSCs overall, I want to frame shorts off of that high on YM, or if we form some sort of level, then we take that level out, sweep it, we have like some sort of SMT here, preferably two-stage SMT, and then we can take a shorts back into either the daily open or just the EQ of that range overall, which would be somewhere around that region. So yeah, that's really it for me. I really wanted to frame shorts off of that high. I was like, I'm going to N15 just to be able to see clearly. So I really wanted for like the 9:30 30-minute candle to close like somewhere in here, and for the 10 a.m. to kind of just sweep the high and close the C2, and then we can trade back into these failure swings into Tuesday's low. And also we're planning the same thing for like YM to kind of trade into Tuesday's low and also Monday's low, because look at these failure swings. Price is just flush and go to the downside. So yeah, that's really what I'm looking for. Yeah, so the high got disrespected, so that shows that GC probably wants to kind of go to the high. So yeah, let me see this for now. Euro is the weaker asset. Can you go over yesterday's missing trade in NQ? Why we missed? Yup. So for NQ yesterday, what I really wanted to see, let me go back really quickly. Maybe I can open a new chart. Let me just open NQ right here. That way I will not mess up my chart. So yeah, I really kind of missed it, which was bad, but nonetheless. So why did I miss it? Why I haven't taken it and I wanted to see more confirmations? What do we have? Daily open. This is the daily open, right? So if we want a bullish day, we want open, low, high, close, right? What do we have? This is daily open, low, high. So that supports a bullish expansion day. That's the first thing. Also, the previous 4-hour candle, what did it do? This is a C2 and this is a C3, a bullish C3. So for now, the daily, let me go to text. Daily, same bullish. Each 4, same bullish, just off of the closure. So for now, we have the daily saying where we want to trade higher, and also the 4-hour saying we want to trade higher. But the hourly, here's where everything just kind of shifted, and why this was kind of a valid trade, but it was just like kind of hindsight for me, to be honest. I did not pay attention to it on time, so just take that right there. So what do we have? The hourly is, it's the only thing that's saying we want to trade lower is this hourly C2 closure, right? So now what do we have? Daily saying bullish, H4 saying bullish because the previous 6 a.m. candle closed bullish. It's not going on H1. It's the only one is saying a C2, but that C2, it got SMT with the high, and also looking in 30-minute, there was a strength switch right there with the high, if I do remember correctly. Let me go back to ES, YM, yep. So what do we have? We have a strength switch right there. So we have a strength switch. So then, on a 1 hour, on the hourly, so now what do we have? High of day, we have a strength switch at the high of day after taking out a relevant objective, and there's nothing really here to target. So yeah, that was it kind of played out because we have the strength switch at a relevant high and a C2 closure. For me, when I want to trade, for example, the 6 a.m. close bullish and I want to trade the 10 a.m. bearish, I either want to see the previous high gets manipulated or a new hourly closure. And I don't want to depend on whatever happened on the 6 a.m., which in that case, the indication was on the last hourly candle on that 6 a.m. candle. So that's why I kind of missed it. I was like, I want to see for further confirmation like a C3 or another closure, but I did not. But there was a trade when I was studying price yesterday. It was this move. Let me take off the indicator. Let me just close the indicator. So right here, what do we have? This is an SMT, right? So in other assets, price traded higher. So now we can use this level as a CSD level. So now what do we have? A change in state on 30-minute at the high of day with a strength switch. So now you can go probably into 3-minute and trade the continuation, which would be in that case right there. But again, as we said yesterday, it never retested like irrelevant auto block or like a PD array. But if you go on the M5, you'd be able to see that kind of price retested this opposing candle, and you can either take the trade right there, put the stop at the body, and then go for 1 or 2, or go for like all these levels right there, which price did end up just running through it. So I should have. What could have given me the confidence to take it is the fact that we got the SMT right there. This SMT and that change in state. So now I'm trading this as a C3 that confirms the high of the 10 a.m. candle. So now the 10 a.m. is right here. Its high is protected. So now I can just trade into current daily low and previous and like open objectives on the previous day. So that's why I kind of missed on it, just for missing that information. And I was just like too focused on having just another hourly closure. But by the time we get the hourly closure, let me take that off. By the time we get the hourly closure, which was by that candle, then the 11 a.m. just expanded directly. Going on M5, there's nothing really, no entries in there. So that's why I missed it. So that's something that I really need to be paying attention to going forward. So yeah, that's why I missed on it. So CL is respecting this new validation level, which is good. We got the C2, but the problem is, alright, so it's kind of same story where we have here SMT, so that would be our change in state. I need price to retrace a little bit and then I would take shorts into these levels. When price expansion, we need to expect retest in lower time frames. Like on in terms of entries, we kind of get that change in state. I just prefer for a swing to be formed off of a fair value gap or an opposing candle, or some sort of relevant high to get sweat. Because if you see, like, every relevant swing was formed off of something. I don't want the high that I'm trading away from to be just formed off of nothing. For example, in that case, price might use the high as liquidity to just kind of go to the opposing candle and then continue lower. Like, every relevant swing was formed off of something. Just for example, this is a relevant swing, was formed off of that sweep. This swing was formed off of an order block, fair value gap. Next relevant swing was formed off of a sweep. Next one, OB. Next one, order block. Next one, fair value gap. So when we see like relevant swings, we really want to see price trading away from them, from like relevant points. For example, in that case, look at that swing. It was formed off of nothing, right? We even got the changing state. Not really. We haven't gotten the changing state, but what happened to the high? It got taken out because it was not formed off of anything. So really, either use lows or highs or fair value gaps or opposing candles. But like my favorite first one is, yeah, I think it's just gonna go. I'll probably wait for HO. So for your lower time frame entries, it's better to wait for like some sort of entry, for some sort of PDRA to get retested, and then you can have more confirmation with that entry. Alright, let's wait for that 30-minute candle. So what do we have right there? Yeah, I think CL is just gonna go. It's not giving an entry. Let me see on RB if we have an entry or not. Oh, RB just died too. I think the last one is HO. I might get a chance on HO for it to catch up lower. Yep, I might just take it. It's kind of risky, but let me see where's my 1 or 2. There's nothing really here to target, and already HO is the weakest. Like, it's, I would say it's the mid asset. Yeah, because it's already traded below the daily open a while back. Oh, retest at least opposing. Yup. Yeah, just like every relevant swing. Like, for example, this is irrelevant swing, right? It was formed off of the sweep at that level. When we get the changing state, then we either want to see a swing formation. For example, that swing, I would not trade it because it was formed off of nothing. But that swing, I would trade. Why? Because it was formed off of this fair value gap, right? This swing was formed off of nothing. Like, check this out. This swing wasn't formed off of not opposing candle, neither low. What would happen to it? A sweep. It got swept to be the catalyst for that new swing. Then new swing was formed. What about that swing? It was formed off of a sweep. Then that swing was formed off an opposing candle. So that's how we want to go about price. It's just you want swings to be formed off of relevant PD arrays, not just a swing, just like that one. Was formed off of nothing, just like that one. I would not trade that one. Also, this one, I would not trade it. And just below that level, there was a fair value gap. So now that low is gonna get used to form a new swing. Just same for that one. This swing was formed off of either to retest this opposing candle or for it to be the level itself, the reversal level. So now this swing acted as the reversal level. On every swing you will find this. So yeah, that's why it was risky. Let's see. Let me see gold. NQ 30-minute. What do we have? SMT. For now, we see PSP. It's the two-stage PSP. So we might see something here setting up. We traded above that fair value gap. We swept that gap. Yeah. Preferably, we want YM to kind of trade above these highs with that double stage SMT. That would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful short. Instead of just like waiting for like a 30-minute C2 closure, because now we're just way beyond the daily open. Way above the daily open. Like daily open is right here. Like just look how far we're trading away from the daily open to kind of look for a retest into it. So we need irrelevant high. And the only close proximity irrelevant high that we can trade reversals off of is just this high. It's gonna trade it back into the range. CL. So a new invalidation level was set, which is this gap, because here we have SMT, that's your change in state. So this is the new invalidation level. So this is a continuation signature to take out these straight back into the daily open. And also, if we have any 30-minute relevant swing just below that daily open, which is that level right there. So yeah, let's see. 30-minute. Let me see if I can get it to RR of it. Yeah, it just dumps. Let me see. Yeah, there's no way to get to R out of it. There is no way. The only thing is just like to wait for the retest, like all the way up here. That's not something I want to do, especially that price just formed left, like these equal lows. We have equal lows and we have daily open. And we have also the next relevant objective, so price should not be retracing there and just giving us that entry. Yup. I just want to see gold, to be honest. And YM. I'm just interested in YM and gold. Either manipulate that high to go lower, or give me a C2 with a strength switch. While gold euro probably forms like that double stage SMT where we have something like this. A C2 formation right here to then trade it back into that level. That would be really good. So we're retesting that 10 a.m. open price. Two-stage PSP, okay. So which one is the stronger? Let me see. So ES is the stronger. YM is the weakest. And NQ is the mid asset right there, because if you guys check, that same high that was just taken out, which is 1030 from yesterday, was taken, but right here haven't been taken yet. So that shows that ES is the strongest, NQ is the mid, and YM is the weakest. And now it's supported by this two-stage PSP. If it closes like this, it's crazy that till now we haven't taken a trade. I missed yesterday's short, I missed Monday's long, which is bad. Let me see silver. So now I just really want to frame like a new swing, because what we have, that 4-hour C2, looking on the EQ of that GT, like we're just at the opening price. Then I'll probably have to go with the body. Just from that close, somewhere in here, I want to see a new swing formation on 30-minute. So now if we get that swing formation, but we need a strength switch, really. Yeah, we really need a strength switch signature, because that's the only thing that would confirm this being a relevant swing. Because for now, GC is the strongest assist, but we wanna see it turn weakest to be able for it to catch up to these levels right there. Because look at GBP already taking out that low, while it's still not taking out on gold. So what do we need to see to take shorts on gold? A strength switch. So really, ideally, we want to see either a 2-stage PSP or a manipulation of that high, while gold holds that high. So yeah, because for now, gold is the strongest, GC is the strongest. Boom. Hopefully we can find something like this. That would be beautiful. Or a 2-stage PSP. Let me check on the hourly. Do we have a PSP? We might have a PSP right there. Yeah, we have this PSP. Alright. But there's no 2-stage PSP. Yeah. So this one is the highest points. I already kind of have this. Let me go on Euro. Yeah. Euro is just like too close to the high. Come on. Like, we just need a bit of volume to kind of take out the high on Euro. That would be beautiful. But yeah, we might just treat that PSP. But that's not it. So yep, we have to wait for another 15 minutes. Then we're looking at 15. If I have any strength switch or anything, or any PSPs. No, we don't. Like, we have this being the weaker asset. We're seeing gold being weaker right here, because really this high has been taken out already right there. But ideally you want SMT with like a relevant swing. This is not a relevant swing. This is just a high of a candle. This is the relevant swing that really we want price to take. Because really what we can also have this 2-stage, because bearish, I want to see bullish, then chitter to the downside. That's the only strength switch I'm interested in. CL just playing. It did respect the new invalidation level they formed the C2. We had that SMT, the new invalidation level, so this is that kind of that next protected swing. Yeah. Alright. What do we have? A 2-stage PSP. If YM closes bullish, that would be a 2-stage PSP. If not, that would be just a 1-stage SMT. And I like YM, the fact that it's kind of forming a level off of a relevant swing. Look at PD array, which is good. Alright, let's see what's gonna be the trigger. Same for that one. Hopefully, we'll see NQ closing bearish on the hourly candle for the next 15 minutes. We just want to see some volume to the downside. That would be beautiful, because we will be having a 2-stage PSP, and then I can trade the next hourly candle comfortably. Because why? We formed a swing off of a PD array, and we have a 2-stage PSP. If that one closes bearish, it's impossible for YM to close bearish if NQ closes bearish. YM has to trade all the way down here to be able to get to turn bearish. So, and now with that with the SMT, so it's a 2-stage PSP. has first stage SMT with Euro and second stage with GPP. We consider, yep, yeah, of course. I would use that. I would use it. Just like on the fact that you want to have first stage with NQ and second stage with YM. You can use that. So yeah, you can use the same with Euro and also silver. For trading like silver, same case, same stuff. So